Good finish by Mateta. Step overs, little flick over the keeper
Great
as well.
goal. Yeah, great
brilliant goal. Watching this game, I think Palace weren't great, but Ipswich was just struggled to create much, and they found their moment. Palace. It was a bit of a dull game. Ipswich would be frustrated they didn't create more, but Palace much needed win. It was the only wins this season against Spurs derby, and Palace got their second win of the season. I was worried. I was slightly worried they were going to draw this game 0-0, and then we would be getting strays if they drew this game 0-0, 100%. So at least there was a winner.
So what are you talking about? You're going to tell me at the end about these? Are you going to find like an extra 10 points at the back of the couch or something?
No. It was because about my star man. I'll tell you about it.
Oh, your star man.
Yeah.
I can't even remember who you had. But anyway, Leicester 3, West Ham 1. It finished, we both predicted 1-1. West Ham, embarrassing really performance from them. Ruud van Nistelrooy's first game proper, and he delivered 3 points. Fulkrug came on and got a consolation goal at the end, but yeah, I mean, West Ham had enough chances, didn't they, to get something out of this game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised, I'm shocked that Lopetegui's still in a job after that, to be honest, albeit, as you say, I mean, Leicester, did they deserve a 3-1 win? Probably not. I think West Ham had more than enough chances to win this game, and they'll be kicking themselves that they didn't take a lot of them. The West Ham keeper had to, the Leicester keeper had to be his very best. But albeit in the second half, it's mad. Leicester had 8 shots and 7 of them were big chances. So when they did go forward, they went forward with a purpose, and they were very much clinical in terms of creating chances, good quality chances against this West Ham team. But West Ham had 31 shots, 5 big chances of themselves, and they just were finding new and creative ways to miss chances as the game went on. It was crazy, the amount of chances they missed, and it was saves and over the bar and off the line, and it was just nothing was going right for them. It was just one of those days for Lopetegui. But they also did look very bad defensively. They were completely cut open by Leicester, and Vardy was getting in behind. Daka completely tore them open when he came on as well. So it wasn't like it was all smooth sailing for West Ham. They can't really complain with the goals they conceded, but they can definitely complain that they didn't win the game 4-3 properly. So Lopetegui definitely on his last legs here. This is an El Sakiko tomorrow. Yeah,
definitely.
On Monday, sorry.
Yeah, literally is. It was Gary O'Neill against Lopetegui. Loser gets sacked, pretty much. But yeah, I didn't really. When you got that 5 points, you go level on points with me as well.
Ruud got a win. First win as well, in charge. Good win for him.
Yeah, very good win.
But it was very similar style to Cooper in that game, though, in terms of how they played, just counter-attacking.
Yeah, to be honest, I think they just got very lucky.
Yeah, maybe it's new manager luck.
Everton against Wolves, 4-0 to Everton, which heaps even more pressure on Gary O'Neill. It's mad, Gary O'Neill, they go and beat Fulham 4-1 away, and then they hold 4 in both of their games after that.
Yeah.
Absolutely mad from Wolves and Gary O'Neill. But look, credit to Everton. 2 own goals from Craig Dawson. He is not having a good time of it at the moment. In the 2 games that they conceded 4, terrible in the last game he was. Pretty much playing.
Penalty, did he?
He was pretty much. I mean, it was Sarr that gave away the penalty, but he's the one that put him into trouble. And then 2 own goals in this one. Mangala and Ashley Young. Ashley Young, what was it, with the free kick? Unbelievable. So, yeah, credit to Everton. But no cake on the Dwight McNeil.
No, oh my God. I mean, I'll go more deeper into Dwight McNeil in my star man, but Everton set pieces were absolutely devastating this game for Wolves. I think Young scored from a free kick. They scored 2 own goals from 2 set pieces as well. They were just all over the place. I've never seen them so lacking organisation in defence. And when you're Gary O'Neill, that's what you pride your Wolves side on. I mean, it's not the first time.
Season,
it's not the first time they've conceded a big number of goals. And at this point, you've got to say, is what he's trying to do working? And I don't really know it is at the moment. And I think he's probably, again, on his last legs here. I don't know if he's going to turn it around, to be honest. Got a great win against Fulham, but as you say, held 4 against Bournemouth and now held 4. When you're conceding 4 to Everton, you barely struggle to score, you know something's wrong. And they were completely outdone. I don't even think Everton played that well. They just got the ball in the box and Wolves couldn't deal with it. And really struggled, really diced, 4-0. And to be fair, Everton really needed that win because they got a very tough run coming up now. And it's going to be very difficult to see them getting points. And so that's given them a small buffer. They're now 5 points clear the relegation zone, and they're going to need that buffer for the next 6 games or so, because I think they've got like Arsenal and they've got City and they've got Liverpool. They've got some big games coming up, really big games.
Yeah, Everton's next game is Liverpool, then Arsenal away, then Chelsea at home, then Man City away.
I mean, that's
their next 4 games.
Probably 4 losses, I would say. You never know. Maybe at Goodison they can pull one out the bag, but I can't. I mean,
they rarely lose at home to Liverpool, though. I know they did a couple of years ago. They got battered 4-1, but apart from that, I think they rarely lose there against Liverpool.
So who's going to lose the Osaka on Monday? I guess we'll talk about it.
Exactly. We've got to predict the Prem. Not so fast, Tim. Not so fast. Check predict the Prem. That's coming out soon. But Man City back to winning ways. 3-0 against Nottingham Forest. Sim went for 1-1. I went for 2-1. So I go a point ahead. And I thought they were pretty good, Man City, in this game. They played Jack Grealish in midfield, Pep trying something new. And I always thought Pep is going to find some sort of solution to get results. And I think he definitely did that in this game. And I thought Jeremy Doku was pretty good as well.
Doku was good, but I think the solution is Kevin De Bruyne, because he came in the team and he was absolutely fantastic and exactly the shot in the arm they needed. We saw what a big difference Odegaard made when he came back for Arsenal. And I think having that creative spark and someone who can put the bloody ball in the back of the net, as I say again, in the last game, in their last game, I think it was against Spurs, only Haaland had a goal this season in the starting 11. So they needed someone who can actually make a difference in the final third and who's not Haaland. And De Bruyne is obviously that. We know he's had injury problems, but he's the type of player who can make a massive difference. When they get the ball in the final third, they've just looked a bit toothless recently. And as like if Haaland's not getting the ball in the back of the net, they don't really have anyone who can really be effective in those areas. But with De Bruyne, you just know he can. Came back into the team, got a goal and an assist, was absolutely sensational. I still think their problems haven't disappeared, but at least now they're going to look a lot better going forward. And look, Wood missed a 1-1 at 1-0. If that goes in, it could be a different game. But
they had their chances, Forest.
Yeah, they did. But they did have a few chances. But they didn't have enough kind of ambition in this game to go and actually challenge City enough, like Sporting and maybe Spurs did. And look, and it's no surprise, like Bournemouth, Brighton, Sporting, Spurs, all teams are just going to give it a go. They're always going to go at you, whoever you are. Forest are the kind of team where they adjust, they'll try to be pragmatic, they'll try and hit you on the counter, they're not going to go at you. And City dealt with that a lot more comfortably.
True. And we'll see how it progresses now, but it's definitely
big win.
A win.
They needed that.
They needed that because, Liverpool dropped points, which we'll get into in a minute, and also Arsenal keep winning too. So Man City just need to keep the pace at this moment in time. Newcastle against Liverpool was definitely the game of the week. Unbelievable game of football. This finished 3-3. Sim went for 1-1, so he gains a point. He's back on level terms, and I went for 2-1 to Liverpool. I was so close to getting a point as well. What a game of football this was. Newcastle, I said it, whenever the big games come to town, whenever the big teams come to town, they just find a new level. And I felt like they did. They were so aggressive, weren't they? They were dangerous. Isaac, the goal that put them 1-0 ahead. What a goal that was.
Yeah, brilliant.
They were just going for blow, weren't they, in the second half? It finished 1-0 at half-time, and they were just going blow for blow in the second half. Mohamed Salah, I mean, with the season that he's having...
he just goes into these modes. I'm going to win it now. I'm not letting
Literally.
this pass me by.
He is by far the best player in the Premier League, by far. And yeah, look, they've got.
He even assisted the first one. He got 2 goals after that. They were abject in that first half.
Yeah,
Newcastle bullied them, and it looked like it's going to be one of those.
They couldn't match the
days.
intensity.
Yeah, but what's actually, in a weird way, I know they dropped points in this one, but what should be really encouraging for Liverpool is on a ground where City and Arsenal.
City drew.
City drew, but in terms of how they played, they both of them found it very, very difficult to turn the tide back in their favour and find solutions and actually put themselves in a position to win the game. And they really struggled to overcome that intensity that Newcastle have. And the positive for Liverpool is they did do that. They even went behind twice, Isaac and then Gordon, and they still were able to make changes, make subs, and go and find a new level. Well, actually, in those last 15 minutes, I know Newcastle, I'll go into the Newcastle equaliser in a bit, but when it went 2-1, they actually couldn't handle Liverpool, Newcastle. It wasn't like two lucky moments.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool really had ramped up the pressure, and Newcastle really struggled to contain Liverpool. And those goals didn't come out of nowhere. It wasn't just like two moments where they popped up and scored. Like that was a consequence of big sustained pressure, chances created. Like Salah was hitting the bar, they were getting the balls in the box, and Newcastle like couldn't handle it. And that was very different to when Arsenal and City went there, where Newcastle actually dealt with them pretty comfortably, and like they couldn't find that another level to go. And now obviously the massive down point for Liverpool is that massive mistake in the last minute.
Kelleher,
what are you doing? Because he's just let it go, thought he going out of play.
Great finish though.
Great finish. Don't get me wrong, but Newcastle were done. Like Liverpool had taken control of that game. They got back in the lead. Brilliant goals from Salah. Trent, by the way, making a massive impact when he came on off the bench with two brilliant assists. And you thought, wow, Liverpool, what a win this would be. Like, this would be a brilliant turnaround to win at St James's Park. Unfortunately for them, they did end up conceding a game. But that wasn't a consequence of them not being able to handle Newcastle's pressure. That was a consequence of a major fuck-up by Kelleher at the end.
However, Newcastle looked like they were on a really serious attack, and then the ref blew up right in the last minute.
Which oh my God, if you're a Newcastle fan, you are absolutely fuming.
Time was up, though. Time was up. It was like 10 seconds over.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I always want the referee to... I think there should be a rule that the whistle only gets blown once the ball goes out. Because I hate this. I don't understand why... One of my big pet peeves is the referee waiting for the goalkeeper to kick a long goal kick and then blowing up. It's like, what are you waiting for? If you're going to blow up after a long goal kick, just blow the bloody game. Like, I don't understand why you wait for him to punt the ball up the pitch to blow up. I think there should be a rule that once time is up, you play until the ball goes out.
It's because he doesn't want to run down the other end of the pitch and pick up the ball.
Maybe. Well, yeah, you're probably right, these lazy bloody referees. But I think just change the rule. It's so simple. Once time is up, you play until there's a stop in play, and then that's full time. I think it's simple. But look, my point being is that when I watched that performance from Liverpool, that actually in a weird way made me more convinced that they're actually going to be in this for the long haul, for me, it actually did, because I didn't see the other title challengers go to St James's Park and do that and actually go to a new level where they upped their game so much where they should have won the game, and Newcastle couldn't handle it. The other sides went there and actually Newcastle were kind of comfortable. So for me, if Liverpool could do that at St James's Park, that gives me confidence so they can actually consistently do that throughout the season. You know what?
I completely agree. And I'm looking at the way the other teams are playing, and Arsenal didn't put in such a great performance against Man United this weekend during the week, and I feel like, I know I said to you last week on this show that 8 points isn't such a significant gap in terms of this point of the season. The gap is 7 points now, I think, right?
Yeah.
7 points between Arsenal and Liverpool, and I think, what is it between Man City and Liverpool? I think it's 10 points.
It was 9 points before, and now it's 7.
Yeah, sorry, it was 9 points, now it's 7. And between Man City and Liverpool?
So it's 8.
8. No.
Yeah, they're 8 points behind because they won, yeah.
Okay.
So they were 11 before.
Okay, so I feel like...
Yeah, they're 11 and now they're... Sorry, 1 minute. They are 9.
Yeah. So I was saying that 8 points isn't such a significant gap at this moment in time, but this was before this kind of performance and result. And this performance and result has made me, and the form of Mo Salah this season, has made me pretty certain that Liverpool, this run isn't slowing down.
That's the thing.
Pretty much.
But not only do they need Liverpool to slow down, but they need to take advantage every time, and they have to hope that when they slip up, Liverpool don't take advantage.
I know, but look, there is still a long way to go. It is not even halfway through the season yet.
I know, but from what I've seen so far,
I agree. But things can change in the course of the season. Let's say Mo Salah gets an injury or Van Dijk gets an injury, that will be pivotal and that will be detrimental to Liverpool, because those two players I think are so important, and Gravenberch as well, to be honest. But Arsenal, from now until the new year, they've got a really favourable run of fixtures. So if Liverpool drop any points, I think Arsenal will probably go and win every game from now until the new year with the fixtures that they have. So Liverpool, I think, probably need to do that as well, but they've got harder fixtures.
Yeah, but they need to drop in 3 games.
No, not till the end of the year. That's the end of the season.
Yeah, but I'm saying if Arsenal are going to be overtaking them, that's 3 games still.
Yeah.
But then Arsenal fixtures are going to come hard again, and then, and also Liverpool have been able to deal with hard fixtures so far.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But like I said, like at this moment in time, with the way the two teams are playing, with the Mo Salah factor, with Liverpool's ability to be consistent and grind out these results, it's looking like it's Liverpool's year. But you just never know what can happen over the course of a season as well.
It'd be interesting to see if that result, does it take a dent for them in terms of their belief, or is there even more belief because of how they turned it around against Newcastle and should have won? It'll be interesting.
No, I think that keeps the belief going, that result. Even though they let it slip in the last minute, I think they know it's just down to one man's error, and the way they played and the way they kept fighting in that second half will give them the belief, I think.
I agree.
Southampton against Chelsea, 5-1 to Chelsea. Sim went for 2-1, I went for 3-2, so we both gain a point. We're just going blow for blow here in Predict the Prem. Or maybe not the next game, oh geez. And look, Southampton had a few chances at the beginning, went down to 10 men, it was 3-1. Chelsea fully deserved it. Much changed team from both sides, wasn't it? And Chelsea looked very, very comfortable.
Yeah, look, I think it was interesting. First 20 minutes, it was quite an even game, and actually Southampton started quicker. They created a few chances. Aribo had a really good chance who missed, and then Chelsea scored from a corner. Then Southampton very quickly equalised through Aribo, and you're thinking, wow, they're giving him a game. And then Southampton do what Southampton do. Keeper plays it straight to Nkunku, gives him an open goal. That's 2-1. Madueke with a brilliant goal. That's 3-1. And then what was quite fun, not funny, but Stevens pulls Cucurella's hair.
Did a Romero.
Romero didn't get sent off for it. And Stevens did. But what was quite interesting is when I saw people's reaction to it, I saw a lot of people saying it wasn't a red card. I was like, everyone went mad about Romero doing it and saying it was. And now people are saying this one wasn't. Albeit maybe Romero's was a bit more of an aggressive hair pull. But what is Stevens doing? So stupid. Why are you pulling his hair when you're 3-1 down? Like, you're only asking for trouble. As soon as they're down to 10 men, it's game over. And Chelsea ripped them to shreds. And in fact, the chances they created, it should have been way worse than 5.
Yeah. Because
they missed so many sitters, Chelsea. It's almost like they did a lot of the time they were taking mercy. They just missed sitter after sitter. But also it was a example of the firepower they have. Nkunku scored. All their forward players.
Nkunku, Madueke, Sancho comes on and scores.
Yeah, it shows their firepower. And shows how confident they are. They took them to the sword. Look, beating Southampton away 5-1 is good. They are bottom of the league, but a lot of people saying they're taking notice of Chelsea now after that result. Big result.
Yeah, I still think in terms of a title race, when I compare them to the other chasing pack in Man City and Arsenal, I just don't think they have enough in defence. I think when they sort that out in the summer, I think they're going to be a very dangerous team for the years to come. But right now, I think they're still a little bit short in the back line.
Yeah, but maybe if you're Chelsea, you'll think, if we just go toe-to-toe with teams, we can outscore anyone with that front line. And maybe that's how they're going to feel. Look, great win for them.
That was supposed to be us.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we have Werner. And they've got other players.
Yeah, but Chelsea are great form at the moment. And it was only a week or two ago we were sitting there being only 2 points behind them. And the gap's definitely separated now.
8 points.
Arsenal against Manchester United, 2-0 to Arsenal on the day. Sim went for 3-2, I went for 2-2. And for the first time in a very long time, Sim has gone ahead in Predict the Prem. The first half was such a boring game of football, wasn't it? Man U set up to frustrate. And they definitely were doing that. Arteta was getting very frustrated on the sidelines. Arsenal couldn't break them down for love nor money. Man United weren't really a threat going the other way either. It was just a really kind of boring game of football, a bit of a chess match.
Wait, Arsenal play? I thought it was Stoke.
Yeah, literally. Arteta, the Paella Pulis, Mikel Arteta, I swear. He is the most frustrating manager. It's embarrassing, man, as well, with the talent that they have, why they can't just break teams down. And with Odegaard playing as well,
But it's mad, these corners. Even though they scored 2, and they had about 4 or 5 gilt-edged chances on top of that. It's no one can stop them.
They created 5 big chances in the game. I want to know how many of those were from corners.
I think probably all of them.
Because they scored. I think they created a few chances at 2-0 towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
But that's the only time that they really opened Man United out, when Man United had to come out.
They just, I don't know what it is. They put them on a plate and no one seems to be able to find a solution to it.
The delivery from Declan Rice was just incredible. It really was incredible. Every single time he had a corner. I think they had 11 corners or 12 corners on the day or something. And like every single one caused so much problems for Man United.
Amorim says he says that the Arsenal wingers always go on the outside so they can win corners. That's what he says.
And I think Arteta mentioned something after the game about it, saying, I love having corners because you can put so many players in the box. It's an opportunity to score. So
if they win the league just scoring corners every week,
nah, they won't.
If they do that, that would just, I don't know where football's heading if they win a league just scoring corner after corner.
Yeah, so
madness. They're like every week they're getting goals from corners.
Man United were poor though.
Yeah, they struggled to really. I thought there was one moment where it could have all changed when De Ligt has that chance from a free kick, forces an amazing save Alvrea, that makes it 1-1. I thought at that moment United looked like they could get back in the game. He missed the chance, and then not long after that, Arsenal scored their second goal.
I tell you what, though, I was saying before the game, I didn't really understand the lineup from Man U, because Rashford's been scoring since Amorim has come in. Amad Diallo has been one of their best players, and Amad, he looked dangerous when he came on. He started running at them a little bit, but Rashford was embarrassing when he came on, man. He looked like he just didn't want to be there, didn't give a shit. He wasn't pressing, he wasn't tracking back, he wasn't doing nothing. Rashford was totally embarrassing when he came on. But Amad Diallo looks a real talent.
You know who I liked is Lenny Oro. I thought he looked good.
Yeah, he did. On. That challenge.
Yeah, he looked really like a first bit of action for United, 18-year-old at the Emirates. I thought he came on and cleared himself well, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of him soon. Yeah. Clearly, he's still trying to find his balance, Amorim. It's always going to be difficult going to the Emirates. But to be fair, credit to him, because for large parts of that game, they did limit Arsenal, but can't stop those pesky corners in Arsenal.
It was a corner that turned the game. That's all it was.
Yeah, it was, because that goal, they didn't really look like scoring before that goal. So there you go, Arsenal, the corner kings, unfortunately. But it was a good win for them, because they've got some easier games coming up. This was probably one of the ones where you think is a bit tougher, and they got through it. So 2-0.
Villa against Brentford up next. 3-1 to Villa. Villa back to winning ways as well. After a while, it's been a win for them. We both went for 2-1. Brentford carrying on their away form. Yeah, always thought Villa were going to win this, because they just had to win at some point. And I think Brentford been one of the worst teams away from home this season. So yeah, good win for Villa. And I think Watkins back on form as well. Yeah,
Watkins goal, goal and assist. And Matt Cash with a goal at the back post as well.
They were great goal from Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers, brilliant on the edge of the area. He needs to bring more into that in his game, because he's got such quality. He's got such ability, dribbling and being direct. And if he adds that final third end product with that kind of quality, he could be one of the best in that position there. He's got brilliant ability, Morgan Rodgers. But yeah, Brentford, I think, were guilty of shooting themselves in the foot on too many occasions. Similar to when they came to the Tottenham Stadium, just like way too easy to be bypassed in transition, way too weak away from home. And they ended up paying the price for it. And Villa were 3-0 up within, half an hour? Yeah. So they had the game won. Albeit, Brentford got a goal back, and there was a small period where you thought, maybe if they get another goal, Villa will be in trouble. But they didn't quite find their moments. And Villa got a much-needed victory, so good win for them.
Fulham against Brighton, 3-1 win for Fulham and Marco Silva at Craven Cottage. We went for 2-2, big result for Fulham. They lose 4-1 at home to Wolves, and you're thinking, what's going on with Fulham here? And they've responded with a draw where they should have won at Tottenham, and also a 3-1 win here against Brighton, a really good Brighton side as well. So you've got to give credit to Fulham and Marco Silva. It's not like
they did to Fulham what Wolves did to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
They did to Brighton, what Wolves did to them.
Pretty much, because Brighton had their chances, João Pedro and the like, and they just did a counter-attacking display, and Iwobi getting 2 goals.
Yeah, man, wow, Iwobi, good form he's on. I thought he played really well on the weekend as well. He's having a great season. Look, I didn't watch this game because I was obviously we were here covering Tottenham, but look, Fulham up into 6th, just behind Brighton, and in great form, and they're both teams showing quality and ability to consistently keep getting results at the moment, or stay within in there. So brilliant win for them, and yeah, always tough to beat out at Craven Cottage.
Yeah. And last but not least, Bournemouth against Spurs, 1-0 to Bournemouth. Sim went for 2-2. I went for 2-1 to Bournemouth. So quite amazingly, we finished level pegging this weekend, 134 each. I mean, look, Bournemouth more than deserved the victory. Could have been 5 or 6. I thought Spurs actually started the game pretty well. But we just let the game pass us by. And in that moment where we really need to put the foot on the gas, we literally just let Bournemouth kill us. Absolutely kill us.
Got a stupid goal from a corner, completely free heist in the back post. Tottenham had their chances, but in the last half an hour fell apart, and it was really worrying how badly we did fall apart in that last half an hour. It was literally Bournemouth shooting practice and flattered Tottenham. There was only 1-0 in the end, so big question marks for Ange. A lot of soul searching to do right now. We're in a bit of a funk, and this was another example of it. And look, Bournemouth, we know Bournemouth are a good side, and we know they can beat anyone at home. They've shown that already this season. So it's not that we lost; it's just more how the manner of that last half an hour and how embarrassing it was. And even though they've beaten sides, you still expect Tottenham to go there and be better than they were and give them more of a game. And Bournemouth were way too comfortable.
Yeah. And the star men, I went for Nicholas Jackson, who didn't even get on the pitch, and Sim went.
Oh my God, Dwight McNeil. Can I say this is the biggest robbery that he's received absolutely nothing for this game. Pretty much all their goals came from Dwight McNeil, and he somehow ended with 0. I was watching the goal show, and Everton go 1-0 up, and I'm what's it called? They show the goal. Dwight McNeil whips it in. Goal. Tarkowski. Bam! I'm about to text Ben. I'm texting Ben. McNeil just got an assist. And all of a sudden, VAR. I was like, God's sake, VAR. And it wasn't even the goal scorer who was offside. It was like a different player who was offside who interfered or something. Goal ruled out. Like, for God's sake. All right, fine. Chance at Everton. McNeil whips one in, hits the post. I was like, oh my God, McNeil. Everything's coming through McNeil. And then I'm like, okay. And then another corner comes in. And go goal at Everton. Corner. McNeil whips it in. Calvert-Lewin heads it. I was like, yeah, come on. McNeil says he's got his thing. And then I'll replay to Craig Dawson own goal. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, Craig Dawson. Even though Calvert-Lewin heads it onto Dawson and he handballs in, Craig Dawson own goal, McNeil doesn't get anything. Like, all right, God, it's been all through McNeil, gets nothing. Second half, goal at Everton, 4-0. I'm like, okay, let's show the goal. McNeil whips it in. Calvert-Lewin heads him, like, come on, he gets an assist again, let's go. And then even the commentators like, Calvert-Lewin's going to claim this one, they're not taking this one away from Calvert-Lewin, he said. That's what they said, the commentator. He's like, this one's Calvert-Lewin. Sure, like, he's going to claim this one, there's no taking this one off Calvert-Lewin. Like, all right, he's got it, Calvert-Lewin's got his goal, McNeil assist. Oh, on further inspection, it goes in off Craig Dawson's boot, another Craig Dawson own goal. McNeil doesn't get the assist. It's a Craig Dawson is on who puts it in. And so even though he got 3 assists on this game, he gets nothing on Predict the Prem because he doesn't get an official assist. So Iron was 0. I thought it was an unbelievable pick, and somehow the football gods have conspired for me to get absolutely nothing.
I think that's you got to take that up with the dubious goals panel.
I think I'm going to put an appeal in.
I think you should
to We Are Tottenham TV hierarchy.
I think you need to put an appeal to the Premier League.
The Premier League, because McNeil should be getting something. He should be getting something for that, even if it's I don't know what you call. I don't know, exception points. Something.
You're going for pity points now, are you?
Exceptions. There should be exceptions. Come on. Dwight McNeil should have got something out of that.
But quite unbelievably, at the end of Review the Prem this week, we finished off 134 apiece. And we said during this period, the December period, which hasn't even kicked off properly yet, it's at the beginning stages of it. We said there's a lot of points to be won, and Sim has overturned what was it, like a 15-point deficit at some point. So well done to that.